It's 3 a.m. and I have school the next day. And not only that, I also have my mum screaming at me right now in the present moment, saying, Adrian, if you don't get off right now, I am going to hide your video game console. And that wasn't the worst part. I would even have my sisters, two sisters, screaming at me for the amount of noise I would make talking to my friends in the party, playing video games. But of course, no one else really mattered. Of course, school didn't matter. My sisters didn't matter. My mother didn't matter. The only thing that mattered for me was progressing and leveling up and beating my friends, beating my opponents in NBA 2K, leveling up my player, spending real money on in-app purchases on a game that will be remade the following year, and I will continue and continue year after year to repetitively and consistently make the same mistakes over and over and over again. It would deteriorate the relationship with my family. It would deteriorate my sleep. It would deteriorate my school grades. It would deteriorate my confidence without me even realizing it. Just because every single night I would be like, oh, I've done the most I could do today. I went gym. I ate kind of healthy. I was at school. I studied really hard today for my upcoming exam. So I've kind of earned the ability and the freedom to play video games all night today. Bro, you didn't earn shit. And it's cope. Because by you thinking you've done some good in this world to then commit something bad or not productive is a good act doesn't make any sense to me. The only reason why you fall into bad habits, the only reason why you fall into this hours of long distraction in the virtual world is because it is quite literally right now your only definition of fun. You think fun has to be something which is bad for you. But of course, no. Video games aren't bad for you specifically because you're so social with your friends. You're working on your hand-eye coordination. You're solving meaningless puzzles and problems in competitive sports games which mean nothing in the real world. And if this is triggering something in you right now, that's mainly because right now I'm like targeting some of your trigger points, and it's the harsh truth. And this is coming from a guy who would spend over 8 hours every single day from the age of when he was 21 playing video games and now admitting his mistakes. Like, I'm not sitting here and roasting you for playing video games because I never played them. No. I was once where you are right now. That's the fuck thing. I would cope. I would make excuses every day that, okay, this is my last day. This is the last 2K I'm getting. I would say that for 5 years, bro, and continue to waste time while like other guys are actually going out and working on their social skills. They're actually going to the club, which you can say is degenerate, but I would rather be the guy going to the club than the guy staying in his room and not socializing. And that was me. I would play video games all night long and shit on some of my friends at the time for them going out. While I wasn't doing anything productive. And that takes so much authenticity to say. No one's forcing me to tell you all these stories. No one has a gun to my head. I'm just telling you them because I feel like you have something vital and important to gain in your own self-improvement journey. And I find it funny how, like, video games specifically, even like you can say social media, they do an amazing job in trying to keep you hooked. And if lucky, making you spend real money on them. When you can start to zoom out, you start to realize that these games are made for you to continuously spend more and more and more time on them because that just makes the business grow and get more money because of you. Do you think the creator of the current game you're playing is really thinking about your mental health, is really thinking about your social life, is really thinking about your physical health? All of these different areas of your life which actually matter. Do you think the creator of this game is thinking about that? Or just thinking about how long they can keep you hooked for until the next version of their game comes out? And I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, but Adrian, it's not that serious. There's pros and cons to everything in life. I do be productive in real time. So I just use video games as a way to relax. Again, that's cope. Because your definition of relaxing is a lot different to mine. My definition of relaxing is socializing with friends, is being out, is reading, is meditating. A lot different to your definition, which I'm not trying to compare and say I'm better than you, which I kind of am, but by you saying this is your definition of relaxing, looking at a 60-inch plasma TV that has blue light, which is killing your sleep quality when you're going to try to go to bed in a couple hours, is keeping your brain hyper-stimulated from all of the micro decisions you have to make in this loserish game you're playing. You call that relaxing, I call that cope. And you know it. You know it. Because if you were to have, let's say, a 10 out of 10 girl or the video game console, what would you rather relax with? Do you just relax with video games because you know you're so weak and you don't deserve those things in the real world, but you deserve all of the rewards and high levels you achieve in whatever game you're playing? Again, super brutal. And we can always go deeper. We can always say, oh, but Adrian, all girls are shit. I can't attract girls. I'm just born ugly. Endless negative thoughts, bro. And that was me. Video games are an escape of reality. Of course, you're constantly going to get those negative thoughts when in the real world, you're not trying to do anything about them. You're not even trying to learn. You're not even trying to educate. You're not even trying to push through discomfort and pain. Because you know right now, if you're so clueless with self-improvement, you know the one thing you can do right now, which is going to almost catapult you to then continuously try and learn new things to improve your journey. It's to just stop playing video games, and then you'll probably figure out what to do with your life sooner rather than later. It's just when you keep trying to escape reality, of course you're never going to try to take action on the things I tell you to do. Like, congratulations, bro. You're probably super, super, super motivated right now to make a change. But I know as soon as this video ends, 90% of you, heck, maybe even 95% of you, are going to get that dreadful text message from your friends saying those two words which always get you every single time. They're going to say, get on. Now, how you handle this test, it's all up to you. Because I can sit here and motivate you for probably hours. I can tell you every story about me. I can tell you what helped me, what got me from point A to point B. But once you get that text message from your friends saying, get on, the rest is up to you and how you handle that. Because me, I couldn't give two shits, bro. I don't even have a video game console. Me and my brother, which I've told this story before, me and my brother, we sold it 2 years ago for cash in return. And we haven't looked back since. And it was the best move on the chessboard we could have possibly made in that time. Why can't that be you? You know you always relapse. You watch these videos saying, okay, video games are bad for me. I'm not going to play. I'm just not going to play. But then as soon as you get that text, you just forget about everything I told you. So does what I'm saying right now, like, even ever truly matter if you know deep down, on a deep subconscious level, you know you're just waiting for that text message to make an excuse for yourself and be like, oh, Adrian, I didn't really want to play, but because my friends texted me, it kind of gave me a good valid excuse to then proceed to play. But I promise, next time I won't. And this is the last time. Well, that last time has kept you up till 3, 4 a.m., sleep deprived, and you know when you're sleep deprived, you're going to wake up the next day with a whole lot more negative thoughts and going to be a whole lot more likely to repeat the same poor decisions you have made for your whole life, which have got you to the point you are at now, which is watching this video from a guy telling you to stop playing video games because they are addictive. They don't serve any purpose. They don't improve your social skills. I know you can say you're talking to your friends in the party, but let's be real. Those conversations, are they ever about meaningful stuff? Are they ever about building a business, which you probably think is cringe right now just because you think it's impossible? Are they ever about relationships? Are they ever about dating? Are they ever about anything? Or just purely about the game itself? Here's a quick question. From the conversations which you think are so productive and are so social skills based in the video games you're playing, can you carry those same conversations with a conversation with a girl on a date? Do you think that girl will find the conversations you're having right now interesting in any way? No. And you know this because you are ashamed to talk about video games with, like, someone who maybe doesn't even play them, or just obviously girls in general. Now, by all means, bro, you can say, "Oh, Adrian, you're just insecure that you're not having fun." Adrian, it's not that serious. It's not that deep. I have fun playing with the boys. That's funny because so do I. My social life with my guy friends has never been better the sooner I started this journey. Because now we have deep intellectual conversations which are actually meaningful and actually matter. I was literally with one of my close friends last night after the gym. We just went to get coffee and we were just speaking for hours, and not about video games. Believe it or not, there is actually so much more in this world other than pixels on a screen. We will get deep into the books we've read. We will get deep about relationships. We will get deep about our progress. And that feels fun because it carries similar elements to video games as well. Progress. Progress, 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 progress. A large reason why you like video games is because of the fact that you feel like you're making progress. I get that same feeling, but in real life. I got that feeling when I started gym and I started improving my physique. That felt like progress. I got that feeling when I started trying to be consistent with reading books. Felt like I was becoming more educated, more knowledgeable. That felt like progress. It is the same feeling. We just need to transfer you over to the real world and start to experience it in real life. And I know a strong part of that and why you almost think it's impossible to level up in real life is just because, bro, it does take more of you. It is more painful to go to the gym consistently and burn your biceps and burn your chest and destroy your legs. It is naturally going to take a lot more out of you and cause a lot more pain. But that doesn't mean it's bad, or that doesn't mean it's something you avoid. And if it is something that you do avoid, it just makes you a whole lot weaker as a man. If anything, you're a boy if you continuously try to avoid pain. So we need to transfer you over to the real world. And how can we do that? How can we get you on the path to becoming the man that you're meant to truly be, and to neglect the quick pleasures, the quick dopamine of the virtual world, and start becoming the guy who demands respect, who is intimidating, who is also charismatic as fuck, who is also authentic as fuck. He's never been happier. He does everything he can do in the 24 hours he has, and he doesn't waste time. Your actionable step is, if you don't go already, is to buy that gym membership. Because that's where it all started for me. Once I could start going to the gym consistently and building my body, that would strengthen my mind. And that would make me want to, it would almost make me feel like super eager to try level up in other areas, like then trying to read books, like then trying to be more social, then trying to go on more dates, then trying to do more of everything else. And it all started with the gym membership. And it's so funny because I guess in high school, I would cop so much shit for making this decision of going to the gym. I was one of the first guys in my year level to go to the gym. And I would cop shit month after month after month for not making progress and for my physique looking the same after months of working out. But physically, okay, maybe it took me a bit longer to grow. But what people didn't realize was behind those curtains, behind the body, I was growing mentally. I was challenging myself. Just like how you challenge yourself with video games, you try play the hardest level and you repetitively try to complete it after failed attempt, after failed attempt, and after failed attempt. But you would still try to do it. You want to feel and embrace challenge in real life. Challenge is one of the best feelings, and the more you can embrace it and not avoid it, you will just naturally become who you are meant to be. The masculine as fuck, huge as fuck, authentic as everything as a fuck guy. Challenge. Now, there's two ways you can go around this. When you do go to the gym first, your motivation will be extremely high, and you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. I'm going to do everything perfectly because I am so motivated. Now, for some, that might be accomplishable. But here's the bad thing with setting too big of a challenge. When the challenge is too big, when the challenge is too overwhelming, you are probably going to give up. So you need to find that perfect balance of not making it too difficult and not making it too easy. With everything in life, with business, with relationships, with reading, with everything. Do you think when I got my first book, I said, okay, I need to finish this book in one day, 500 pages, and if I don't finish it, I'm screwed? Unrealistic, and I'd probably give up on the habit of reading books altogether. What did I do instead? I started small. Let's just read 5 pages so I can try grow the habit of reading. No, I'm not going to become crazy educated from reading 5 pages. If anything, I'm probably not going to learn anything. But I'm just going to do it to improve the habit. The same thing goes with gym. If you can just say, okay, I'm new to the gym and I'm just going to go for 2 times a week. Not 4, not 5, not 3, not 1, but try push for 2. And on the weeks when I do only go once, at least I went once instead of 0. Challenge is what you want. And as time goes on, a challenge starts to become easier, so then you can set even bigger challenges to continuously and improve on the trait of discipline itself. What was the last challenge you set for yourself in the real world other than the video game? Was the challenge to complete the video game, which probably was. Was the challenge to be the best player in the game? Probably. Because that used to be my challenge like 3-4 years ago. I need to be the best at 2K. I need to be the best. I need to spend as much real money to have the highest my player and to be better than all of my friends. Meaningless. Like, good, okay, you have that competitive instinct, but we need to have that in real life. To create real memories that you can speak about to your kids. Do you want to be the father who is only left with memories from the virtual world? No fun stories, no fun challenges, just meaningless challenges. Oh, you know what, son? There was this one night where I played video games till 4 a.m., not solving anything worthwhile, but it was easy. I only had to twiddle my thumbs. And other than that, I don't really remember much because every time I did play video games, it actually wasn't even a challenge because I would just turn my brain off and escape from reality. Be honest, bro. You do not want that to be you. And I guess right now, you need to realize that I am quite literally on your side. I am trying my absolute best. This is a challenge itself for me to help you, to pull you out of that dark, lonely space and to help motivate you for you to realize that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, you are just extremely unaware of it. You're too deep down that hole of the virtual world. You need to start taking baby steps now to crawl out, one step at a time. And there's two ways you can do this with any addiction in life. The first way, cold turkey, which pretty much means going from the extreme of conducting and being in a habit, like in extreme, let's say you play video games for 10 hours, from going from 10 hours of video games to 0. That's cold turkey. And you think by doing this, you will erase the bad habit altogether. But in reality, withdrawal symptoms are going to go through the roof. Cravings are going to be through the roof. And you're the most likely to relapse. The other option, progressive overload. Baby steps. This is what I did, and I'm confident it's going to help you so much. Back in the days when I was playing video games for 8 hours, I didn't just go from 8 to selling my console. It took time. But in that time, I always made mini goals that, okay, today I played for 8 hours, let's play for 7 tomorrow. Let's go to 6. Fuck, I've got some momentum. Let's go from 6 to 4. It was just little steps of slowly chipping away, slowly disassociating from those group chats and not replying as much, not speaking as much, just slowly flying away. Not ghosting, not just being rude and leaving the chats, just talking less because I was starting to have less fun. So I started to do that. And then I started to implement more time in the good habits like reading, like going to the gym, like going out there in the real world, getting sunlight, socializing. All of the stuff which I like to say does matter. Trying to become a stronger man, trying to climb my way in the social hierarchy because we all love and feel better about ourselves when we have or when we feel like we're climbing higher, improving our social status. And you can say that's insecure, but let's be real. You care about it. You know in the video games you're playing, you rank yourself as better than this player and worse than the other player, which is pretty much the same thing. The same thing happens in your school class. You look around and you see this person and you think he's above you, and then you see this person who you place as below you. It's important. And obviously, there's always going to be a bigger fish in the sea. And it's not about becoming the most rich and successful guy on the planet. There are extremes of it. But I would rather be the guy who's running the race than sitting on the sidelines with my controller, staring at a screen. Don't let that be you. Take baby steps. Leave those group chats. Sell the console. And you will never, and I mean never, look back. Video games destroyed my life, but without them, my life has only gone up. I hope this video has helped motivate and educate you. I currently am doing one-on-one self-improvement coaching. That will be the first link in the description. Also, make sure to click the subscribe button and also a little bell icon. It'll kind of like remind you when I do upload these types of videos so you can watch them and educate yourself as soon as humanly possible. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.